Amaka was only 27 years old, beautiful and full of dreams, but she hated her life in the small town. Her husband, Chaik, was a good man, kind, humble, and hardworking, but he was poor. He sold spare parts at the local market and barely made enough to feed them. Every evening, Amaka would sit with her arms folded and complain bitterly. "Chaik," she would say, "is this all you can give me? No fine clothes, no gold jewelry, no life worth showing off? I cannot continue living like this." Chaik would beg her to be patient, promising that things would get better, but Amaka's heart was already far away. Soon she began sneaking out to meet wealthy men who bought her fancy shoes and perfumes, promising her the life she thought she deserved. One evening, Chaik came home earlier than usual and caught her dressing up to leave. Shocked, he asked where she was going, but Amaka looked him straight in the eye and said, "Yes, I am going out. I am tired of this miserable life. If you cannot give me what I want, I will find someone who can." Chaik was heartbroken and begged her not to destroy their home, but Amaka packed her clothes that very night and left. Life in the city was everything Amaka thought she wanted. She moved in with one of the rich men who showered her with gifts, designer handbags, and trips. For a while she was happy, until the man grew tired of her demands and threw her out. Another man she trusted duped her of what little she had left, and soon Amaka had nothing. She tried to return to some of her old lovers, but none of them wanted her anymore. Then one terrible night, she was attacked and robbed on the street. Bruised and broken, she had no family in the city, no friends to turn to, and nowhere to stay. Years passed. Amaka became homeless, tattered, and unrecognizable. She wandered the city like a ghost, begging for food and sleeping under bridges. One morning, as she roamed around, she saw a sign hanging on a gate. "House help needed. Apply within." Desperate, she knocked. The gate opened, and standing before her was a well-dressed man. Amaka froze. It was Chaik, her husband, the man she had abandoned years ago. Tears welled up in her eyes as she fell to her knees. "Chaik, please forgive me," she sobbed. "I have nothing left. Please let me work for you. I will do anything." Chaik stared at her for a long moment. His face was calm, unreadable. Before he could speak, a beautiful young woman stepped out of the house carrying 2 children. "Who is this?" the woman asked. "Just someone looking for work," Chaik replied quietly. Amaka's heart shattered as she saw the happy family, the life she could have had if she had stayed. Chaik finally spoke. "I forgave you a long time ago, Amaka," he said softly, "but my life has moved on." Amaka wiped her tears, stood up slowly, and walked away, broken. She realized she had traded true love and loyalty for empty promises that cost her everything. Moral lesson: contentment is better than chasing riches without peace. Appreciate what you have before you lose it forever.